Okay, I think we have a good connection.
Uh-huh.
Let's start.
Yeah. Today we are going to play World of Warships.
That's right. So welcome to our 5th live stream, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 we did on Mars, and then we did 2 more on World of Warship. And actually this 5th one is going to be a combination. And that is one of the reasons that we're starting a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Because there was some very interesting development on Mars and in the news. So, would you like to hear about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the past week, there were actually 3 interesting developments. One of them we're not going to talk much about, but it's interesting to know. The United States Navy revealed an additional video of another UFO encounter.
Wow.
Yeah, remember I showed to you? It was like this weird blinking like pyramid thingy.
Yeah.
Right? Like a triangle?
Yeah, it was like an alien spaceship.
Yeah, I mean like, all my life I've been like a very disciplined, what you call scientist, right?
I didn't believe in aliens.
Yeah, no, we don't believe in, well, we believe in alien, but very, very far away, like, thousands, maybe millions of light years away and very difficult to talk to. So, and we totally discounted any and everything having to do with UFO or sightings or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then, about 2-3 years ago, the United States Navy and the Department of Defense, which are very serious people and not known for making up weird stories, right?
Yep.
They came out and reviewed these videos of UFOs being chased by fighter pilots of the United States Navy in Super Hornets.
Yeah.
And they also had like radar, radar telemetry and infrared tracking and TV tracking cameras on it. So you gotta wonder what's going on, right?
Yep.
Because if you're a rational empiricist and you want to explain the world as factually as possible, you cannot ignore something like this. Even though you don't have a good explanation, you really can't ignore it either, right? And now the United States Navy says they have even more information of weird encounters like that they can't explain.
Wow.
So what's going on?
Yeah.
People want to know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just leave that aside for now because we don't have much more than the videos that they've released, and that's just like 3 videos up to now.
Yeah.
But we have listened to like several interviews with Commander Fravor, the pilot that tried to chase down the UFO.
Yeah, but the UFO was so fast.
Yeah, so fast. But it's like you can't believe someone like him of his caliber would even lie or make up a weird stories like that, right?
It's real.
I know, no, because he's a very serious person. He's actually a commander of entire air wing.
Yeah.
Like basically, we rely on him to like defend the United States of America against all the enemies and stuff.
Oh look, politics here.
Oh, okay. Hi, politics.
Hi, politics.
Right. So we decided to start early. So we already talked about the UFO news release from the Department of Defense, and we're not going to like harbor on that issue any longer. The second piece of information that came out, and I'll be doing a video more extensively on this, was the Ingenuity helicopter, mini helicopter that the Perseverance rover dropped on Mars, and NASA successfully flew the first rotorcraft on a different planet in the history of the world.
Wow!
And here we have the video from NASA. Okay, and just to make sure you see, you can actually see this this is the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, right? And I'm just gonna play it for you. There's no sound or anything, but you can see the rover right here. And this is a 4-pound, 1.8 kilogram rover.
It's spinning. It's spinning.
Right, and it relies on solar power, right? And a battery. It's not very sophisticated.
Whoa,
it's more.
It's flying.
Yeah, and this first hop it went up about 3 meters, which is 10 feet, and then it landed. Okay, but that's like a 40-second flight. And you have to realize that on Mars, the atmosphere is only 1% of the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right? So the rotors have to spin extra faster than an equivalent drone helicopter on Earth.
The rover dropped down.
Yeah, but like the rotors, which are like the spinning wheels, So they have to spin very fast just to be able to hover like that, okay? So that was a very interesting piece of news. But I think I have an even more interesting piece of news. And as I said before, I'm going to do a video on this separately, but I'm just so excited about it.
Yep.
This is called MOXIE, okay? And this is, yeah, and it's actually an experiment carried inside of the Perseverance rover, right? You see this little box right here? Yeah, that's this little box. It's about, let me see, 17 kilograms, so 37 pounds. And what it does is that it pulls in the very thin Martian atmosphere, which is made chiefly of carbon dioxide. And remember, the rover had a isotopic thermonuclear generator, right? So it doesn't lack for power. This thing needs about 300 watts. Again, it is a demonstrator experiment. And what it does is it turns carbon dioxide in the Martian atmosphere to oxygen that you and I can use.
Wow.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So like in the future, if you have like, you know, astronauts go to like explore Mars or live on Mars or anything like that, they'll be able to make their own oxygen. Right.
Oh,
And
someone's here.
hey, so greetings out to politics and to Alvaro. You guys hearing this okay? If you do, give me a thumbs up. So I know it's going out. I'm not sure if if the sound is going out. So this experiment is called MOXIE, okay? And people can read up more on it. There's a very good article on Wikipedia. But what it is, what MOXIE stands for is Mars Oxygen in Situ Resource Utilization Experiment. And again, it's coming out of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And it's really interesting. What they do is that they bring in the Martian air
Wow.
and then they compress it, right? Using a HEPA filter, a scroll compressor, and heaters. And they heat it up to something like 1,470 degrees Fahrenheit or 800 degrees Celsius. So it's very, very hot. Okay?
Yep.
And then they let it react with certain ceramic oxides and with some yttrium stabilized zirconia. And these are like, they act like doped catalysts. And then the process is that they run the atmosphere through this thing, and it helps separate the oxygen from the carbon dioxide.
Yep.
And they did the first experiment, and we got this.
Wow.
This is the first time they ran it, and they got 5 grams of oxygen. It's enough for you to breathe for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. But it's just an experiment, right? If this continues to work well, NASA anticipate that they'll be dropping like additional units that are like maybe 100, 200 times bigger in the future on Mars. So that not only can you make the oxygen for the astronauts to breathe, you also make the oxygen that's necessary for rocket fuel.
Whoa.
Right? Because the astronauts go there, they have to come back as well. And rocket fuel, whether you use hydrogen, oxygen, or methane, oxygen, you know, you require oxygen. Oxygen is an oxidizer. It helps the fuel to burn, right? So you need a lot of oxygen. So with this technology, you can make the oxygen. And I know that there's another process Elon Musk talked about that also can create methane from the Martian CO2 atmosphere. So now, you know, you have like, but they haven't demonstrated that as yet. Okay?
Yep.
So, all right. So that I just wanted to like, you know, let people have that heads up. We started about 10 minutes early to give that news, and now we're going to do what we promised people we're going to do. World of Warship. That's right. And let me see. What do you feel like today? Battleship? I think we're going to take out the Bayern, a Tier 6 German battleship.
Nice.
Check it out. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
Let's start. So hi Politics. Hi Alvaro. Can you hear me okay, Politics? Give me a thumbs up if you can. There's always a slight delay for the thing to come up. So, but I think it was working okay. Remember, we accidentally ran a copy of the channel earlier, and we had a little bit of feedback. So yeah, that should be all right. So now we're waiting in the queue as usual. But hey, we have a game.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And in this particular live stream, we're going to limit ourselves to 1 hour exactly. Well, not counting the 10 minutes that we started early. Okay? So we have to leave at 1 p.m. So we'll cut it there. But it should be fun, right?
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful Saturday. I'm going to go out and plant some trees after this. Okay. We have tier 7 through tier 6. We're at the bottom of the tier. Not that great. 1 carrier on either side. Not that great for a battleship, but
Yeah.
we will do what we do best.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Whoa.
And here we go.
Yay!
Thank you, Midshipman KittyCat. Oh, and in case I forgot to mention, beside me as always is my assistant and co-host KittyCat. Say hi, KittyCat. In this case, it's Midshipman KittyCat. Although I still haven't promoted you yet. I think if you do a good job today, I'll promote you to lieutenant. But I like to keep you at midshipman.
What is an attendant?
A lieutenant?
Uh-huh.
A lieutenant is like 1 grade higher than midshipman.
Midshipman
Midshipman is just the very beginner.
I want to stay midshipman.
Okay, you want to stay the newbie forever. That's fine. That way we won't have you trying to take over my ship in the middle of a battle, say.
Oh, they're chatting there.
Yeah, high politics. Yeah, everything is going well today. We have some friends over later on, but I was planning to go plant some trees.
Even
So-
the ship chat, see?
Oh yeah. Okay, so in this particular map, okay, here we go.
You got someone to aim at?
Yeah, they're out of range. They're way out of range though. There's these 2 islands. I think this map is called the 2 Brothers. We have 1 island here, 1 island here. There's a channel right in the middle. I don't feel... Okay, alright, I'm gonna slow down.
Whoa.
Yeah. They'll be heading over the...
Oh! Ooh, they're shooting your friend over there.
Yeah, he's a destroyer. He can handle himself. The problem is I'm 1 tier down from the high tier, so... we're gonna get hurt later on. Here we go. I'm gonna send the airplane up to increase the range. I see a target over here, and I'm going to shoot it.
View.
That's right. And
Cool.
kaboom!
Kaboom!
Ismail. There's a cruiser over here too.
What the? There's so
he
many.
disappeared.
There's so many cruises.
Oh, I missed on this guy. Another battleship. I really don't like these mini battleships.
Really?
Too many battleships for
Too
my liking.
many.
And look, there's a destroyer trying to creep up on my side, on my left.
Really?
Okay, here we go. Guns are recharged and fire!
Fire!
I'm gonna turn away now. I'm gonna keep turning away.
Yeah.
1 second. KittyCat has to go out because Mama Cat wants something.
Okay.
And then
be right back,
I'll
guys.
take care of the ship while you're gone.
Be right back.
Uh-huh. If you'll notice, I'm turning 180 and heading the other way because I don't want an encounter with all these destroyers over here. I might take a shot at this guy. He's slowing down. Let me see. There we go. It might be short. I don't know. Yeah, probably short. They're turning too. He's not turning. Interesting. Boom. Yeah, so far, nothing. But, I'm being wary because last time when I was at a tier disadvantage, I got the heck knocked out of me. Oh, come on. Just out of range. Turn in. Here we go. Probably too short, maybe. I don't know. It looks good. Nothing. All right. Enough of my teammates are up now. I'm gonna try and take on this guy. He set me on fire, and I put it out. But he's gonna set me on fire again. Looks like.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Okay, that one will hit. And I'm gonna turn away. 2 penetrations. Alright, primary target is the cruiser. Come on. He's turning away, but...
Enemy destroyer detected.
Alright, I'm going forward here. There is a battleship coming out from behind, from this channelway. I'm gonna have to deal with this guy first. He's right on the other side of this small island. And I'm in optimal position to deal with it. So far, I've done like, you know, all of nothing. Okay? 4 hits, that's it. But we're going to get nice and close. Blow my horn. Midshipman has not come back yet. The midshipman has taken an extended leave of absence until, here we go. That should be interesting.
Enemy battleship sighted.
And hard to port. Looks like that the destroyer dropped some torpedoes. I might not even get the kill this time. Because no, he backed up.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
I think those second set of torpedoes probably will take him out. Oh, he took out the destroyer. Good job on that enemy battleship. But now can he take me out? That's the issue here. He's half dead. If only I can get a good angle on him. Yeah. His friends are trying to support him. I can't let this guy stay here because our spawn point, our capture point is right there at the mouth of the inlet here. Yeah, destroyers are very nice if you have a high enough tier. It's the same thing again. Some of them are better than others. They rely on torpedoes and smoke clouds a lot and speed. But they're really not designed to... I'm on fire.
The ship is on fire.
I can't find him. I guess he's already been sunk. Huh. Alright, I have to turn and deal with this guy over here.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Warship. The ship is on fire.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Repair.
Enemy battleship sighted.
I gotta turn away. I'm very much on fire at this point. There's a nice juicy cruiser, but he's behind. Yes, torpedoes too.
Confirmed penetration.
I got a Citadel hit on the cruiser. But I'm still on fire and my repairs are not back up yet. I'm gonna try and kill this guy. I'm gonna swing around and try and blow away this cruiser because I don't like this cruiser. He's trying to set me on fire and thinks he can get away with it. Meanwhile, he has run onto the island. And kaboom, baby. That should be a kaboom, maybe, maybe. No, not kaboom. Oh man. The fire meanwhile has gone out. He's still backing up.
Nice work.
Alright, heart to starboard. Kaboom, there's the kaboom.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
So, first ship destroyed. I'm kind of like half dead at this point. I need to get out of here. My entire team has gone up north and left me alone. Repair. Something is keeping up the midshipman. She's totally. I think she's gone AWOL without leave at this point. But what can I do?
Main turret critically damaged.
Repair and try and angle away.
Problem solved, sir.
I'm trying to try and angle back and get an additional shot here. He's so irritating. Angle back.
Nice work.
Yeah, they're gonna try and sink me. Fortunately, there is here's my friend coming to my assistant, the North Carolina, which I believe is a tier 8. Oh my! So actually, this enemy here is probably a tier 8, and that's why I'm not making any headway with my armored shells, armored penetrating shells. Let's see if I can hit this guy instead. Repair again. Hey, welcome back, politics. Yeah, midshipman KittyCat is still AWOL. I'm gonna have to demote her to like I don't know what, midshipman first class maybe, ensign. Yeah, I'm like a tier. What tier am I? I think I'm tier 6. Let's see, tab. Yeah, I'm a tier 6, and here he's turned away to try and engage the North Carolina. I'm going to like shoot him and then switch to high explosive, so I can try and set him on fire. But there is this destroyer here. He's going to like try and get close, and that's gonna ruin my game a little bit. But we'll see. Alright, he's angling back to try and shoot me here. I can see his guns turning. Alright, turn. Turn.
The ship is on fire.
You gotta turn. When you're shooting using high explosive, you don't need to hit the water line. You just go for the superstructure, right? The reason I aim for the water line with armor penetrating shells is that's where the Citadel is, below the main magazines, and also
in sight.
Good job. Thank you. Repair again. And I have another ship over here. This is the Fuso. The Fuso is actually a tier 6. So I probably could switch back to armor piercing for him. Ah, he's shooting at me. Turn, 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 turn. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, I still have the wrong ammo for this guy, but I think he's about to die. He's gonna take 3 torpedoes, and then I'm gonna try and set him on fire and then switch ammo.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And he's shooting at me again. Uh-oh. Turn, hard turn, hard turn, hard turn, hard turn. Come on. Yeah. Alright, turn back. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that was a bit close.
Our team has taken the lead.
So, yeah. But you know, the armor piercing stuff does not go through a 2-tier advantage. I've noticed that. I can like hit him in the citadel all day long and nothing would happen. So, your best bet then is to go with high explosive and try to set the superstructure on fire. So, hey, not bad, right? Dreadnought. Receive damage exceeding 120% of your ship's normal HP from 4 or more enemies and still survive the battle. 70,000 damage, not bad at all. And 1 destroyed. I would have hoped for more, but 2 tier down, I survived the battle. I'm not going to complain. So back to port we go. Hey, good first game. Meanwhile, I'm sad to report that Midshipman KittyCat is still absent without leave. I'm going to have to like assign her demerits and maybe confine her to quarters and possibly cut her rations. So, but she's so cute. She's kind of like Belle. Sometimes they get naughty, but you really can't do anything about it. All right, we're going to go 1 tier down and take out the Koenig. And the reason like I'm taking out this battleship is because it's a funny story. I'll start the battle first. Like the other night, right? I record some games. Most of the times whenever I play, I record the game, and then I try to post the best one as individual videos. And I had a great run with this ship. I swear, I sank like 5 enemy battleships, and it was like a magnificent run. And then I look at the video, and I couldn't get any. It didn't record. So I was like, I had been fooling around with OBS recently, and one little tiny change in the setting, and everything failed. So OBS is like, it's an amazing piece of software, but. Yeah, I know. Just before she got promoted, I'm gonna have to like discipline her. So we have a new game. This is the Koenig. The Koenig is a tier 5, and hey, not bad at all. We're at the top of the totem pole, tier 4 through tier 5, 1 carriers each, and that sounds fine with me. So yeah, I like lower tiers, but here's the thing with this game. If you go down to like tier 1 and 2 or 3, basically those are the trading levels, and the people that you're fighting against are robots, basically. That's not to say the robots aren't really good, but they're robots, right? So I think it's only from tier 3 and above, maybe 4 and above, I'm not quite sure. That's when you start fighting with real people, and that's where the fun of this game comes from. So, hi Miriam, thank you so much for coming, honey. Yes, we're doing very well here. It's a lovely Saturday finally. We had like this weird like winter snap the other day, just like yesterday. Everything was like down like below 30 degrees Fahrenheit, so like that's below freezing. So hopefully now the spring is in earnest. We'll see. Hey Tay, hey Tay, welcome to the live stream. We have about another 40 minutes to go. KittyCat started the live stream with me, but for some reason she's like excused herself and she's currently absent without leave. And I'm going to have to like punish her when she comes back. I can't demote her anymore because she's already a midshipman. I haven't gotten around to like promoting her yet, and like now I have to demote her. So I have to figure out something. Yeah, so for people who just signed on, this is a tier 5 Konig. It is a German battleship of the Dreadnought era. And I kind of like this ship because the armor is great and all your guns can be used to set out. You can use all your guns on a broadside. You can't do that with some of the earlier ships. Okay, we are countering the enemy, and I'm going to like swing hard to port and probably set up my observation airplane so I get that extra bit of range. Here we go. Hi, Maruan, Planet Games. Yeah, thank you so much. I think we finally got the OBS settings right. In the last live stream, we got everything right except the sound. The sound was turned down way too low. This time, I think we have everything right. But Midshipman KittyCat is still missing. I don't know what's going on, and I cannot leave the helm of my battleship to try and find out. I hope she's okay, and she didn't get trapped in like the galley or somewhere. All right. Oh, here's a destroyer trying to sneak by, and he's dead. I was gonna take a shot, but he's dead. Yeah.
Many thanks.
Enemy battleship
I see enemy. He's here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is gonna shoot. There we go. Oh, aircraft carrier. This is the aircraft carrier right here. He is being a bit too audacious. Oh, come on. I'm gonna go and back up. Hopefully he will reveal himself again and I can dump on him.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Oh, come on, where are you?
Battleship detected.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
He is right here somewhere.
Enemy battleship detected.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
The problem with aircraft carrier is that their detection limit is a lot lower than it should be, and if you're just out of range, you can't see them. And it's pointless to try and shoot because nothing will land. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take on this cruiser that's gonna pop out right here. Or
Destroyer sighted.
that's a battleship, rather. Here's the cruiser. Slow down to half speed. Got a hit on the cruiser.
Enemy battleship detected.
Now he's gone. There we go. Back. Short. Alright, full speed ahead. I need to get out of here.
Enemy aircraft carrier detected.
Oh, there we go. He's behind the mountain. Darn it. Time to angle away. Here's a destroyer coming. Yeah. A bit too close to the destroyer. He's right on the other side of this mountain.
Cruiser sighted.
Let me see if I can go back and get a nice shot on him. If I shoot here, in theory, I should be able to hit him. In theory. Over the mountain. Here we go. Let's try it. No! It did not work. Alright. Never mind. I tried.
Enemy battleship.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, like Mama Cat summoned her for some reason, and then she's gone. Hopefully, she will come back before the end because it's a lot more fun playing with her than without her. But we apologize for the technical difficulty. And you notice the aircraft carrier knows I've been like looking for it, and it doesn't like it, and it's sending in this like torpedo bomber. And I'm gonna try and turn. Looks like I'm gonna get one hit, but then I have a yeah, it's not gonna do much damage. And here it is. I find it. Oh, come on. Where is it? It's right here. Ah, darn it, he's heading out the other way. Shoot. Yeah, he was turning and going back back up north. So I totally wasted my shots. Everybody's like on me now. And that destroyer is very close, and I don't like that. So turn away. Turn away. Turn away, turn away, turn away. Yeah, I know. Oh, come on. Darn it, 2 hits.
Hold below the waterline.
Yeah.
We're flooding quickly.
I repaired the damage, but I gotta get away because he's gonna kill me. Oh man, I mean like just when I'm ready to kill this guy. So maybe I can still kill him.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Alright, turn away. Because you know that destroyer is gonna send another group of no, looks like nothing hit.
Our team has taken the lead.
Okay, I feel better now. Even if he torpedoes me at this point, it's not gonna really do much. But I'm in a bad position to shoot anybody. There you go, see? The torpedoes. Just like I expected. After a few years of playing this game, you develop a sense, and I'm still gonna get hit with my one torpedo. Oh my goodness, that sucks. Aww.
Hull breach. We're taking on water
Yeah.
quickly.
I have to wait for the repair to come back up. Alright, I can dump on this guy. My steering has been damaged. This is not good. 15 seconds until repair. Meanwhile, the ship is like the Bismarck after being hit by the Mosquito aircraft from the British aircraft carrier. I forget what the name of the aircraft carrier. Indefatigable? Okay, here we go. Finally repaired. And that hit basically caused the Bismarck to turn round and round and round, and made it like extremely vulnerable. Here we go. He's the one that's been shooting at me.
Problem solved.
Oh, come on. No! No, 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 no! Oh! That was not good. I have to beg everybody's beg your pardon there. That was not good. I knew the destroyer was there, and yeah, I should have been turning the other way. Yeah, I'm sorry. KittyCat's still not back yet. I have no idea, and I'm not gonna. I really can't, get up and ask. So we still have 30 minutes to run on this live stream. For people who missed it, we talked about 15 minutes worth earlier. Let me select the ship first, and we'll continue the discussion. There's some really interesting news out from Mars, the Bretagne, the French battleship, and I'm sure you've all seen the footage of the mini helicopter that Perseverance dropped off on the surface of Mars. A great video. It has taken 2 hops to date. The first one was up, it's like a 39 seconds run. The second one something like 60 seconds run. And it's the first time that anybody has managed to fly any sort of vehicle anywhere. This is significant, not so much on Mars, but NASA has planned to actually build something called a Dragonfly, which is like a larger, fully autonomous, I guess similar rotorcraft that they're planning to send to Titan, which is the moon of Saturn. And what's interesting there is that on Titan you actually have seas made of liquid methane. There's no oxygen, but it's interesting, right? Because like liquid methane has a really low freezing point. Out there it's like super cold, right? Ice, water, it's frozen solid. But liquid methane, on the other hand, is still liquid. And apparently there are seas of liquid methane on Titan, and that is a form of polycarbon. So in theory, it could be a building block of life. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So, all right, full speed ahead. Let's see if we can redeem our honor here. Let me, 1 second. Yeah, and then the second one that we talked about regarding Mars was that MOXIE, which is the oxygen generating equipment. Basically, they feed 300 watt into this box, about 30 pounds, 1 foot by, I guess 1 or 2 foot by 2 foot, something like that. And they heat up the Martian atmosphere, which is mostly carbon dioxide, but only 1% of the density of the Earth's atmosphere. And what this does is it strips the oxygen atom away from the carbon dioxide, and they were able to generate about 5 grams of O2, oxygen. And that's actually very significant. This is it's almost, I'm pretty sure that it's a solid state mechanism, so there's like no moving parts. Basically, you just, pump the air in, feed it with a lot of electricity, heat the air up to like 1400 Fahrenheit, and you get oxygen. So that is very, very significant if you're interested at all in future colonization efforts or even exploration efforts by real human beings, because it's going to take, we can't afford to carry all of our supplies on a trip to Mars. It's an exponential thing, right? In order to carry the supplies there, you have to have enough propellant to boost it there. And by the time you work out the numbers, it's like almost impossible to accomplish. So if we can make the oxygen and the methane and the hydrogen in situ, which means like on the planet itself, that we don't have to carry those supplies, and we can like shoot our astronauts and our exploration team out much lighter equipped, much faster. And when they get there, the supplies should already be there, because the plan, if you read Robert Zubrin, for example, you know that his Mars Direct plan was to send out fully robotic ships before you send out the humans even, right? And once those land down on Mars, they can spend like years, for example, just extracting the fuel and the oxygen from the Martian atmosphere, and then storing those in containers. And then by the time that the astronauts actually come online and get to Mars, their return fuel supplies, their oxygen supplies, their water supplies, everything will be already provided for, without them needing to send the supplies directly. So this is a huge development. So I'm gonna try and work out a video on that subject, just because it's so interesting and so important. But to get back to the game, I'm sad to report that Midshipman KittyCat is nowhere in sight. I've summoned the Marine Guards to escort her back to quarters,
Enemy cruiser sighted.
but so far I've heard nothing. Okay, here we go. That should land some hits. I'm gonna slow down because I want to target this.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Oh, he's turning away. Here's a cruiser. No, he's turning away. I'm gonna try and go over here. This one's peeking his head out. Maybe just in time. Here we go. You want a nice long lead on a cruiser. They're much faster ships. Let's see what happens. Good.
Enemy battleship sighted.
2 over penetrations.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
I'm gonna slow down here. Maybe we go backwards, because I want another shot on this guy. Yes, potentially. When you're talking about Titan, potentially. I mean, you know, life is polycarbon, right? So, but it's going to be a different mechanism because there's no oxygen over there. But you know, you can strip the oxygen from the methane. So that's yeah, it's going to be really interesting to find out. And the other interesting planet out there, or rather moon, is Europa, around Jupiter. Titan, of course, is the single large moon around Saturn. Europa has a huge glacier-like outer shell, and it's frozen solid. It's not frozen solid. I think they've detected geysers, water geysers, from the cracks in the frozen shell of ice water, basically. It looks like a giant ice ball, right? Oh, somebody's setting on fire. Let me turn that
The
on.
ship is on fire.
Okay, I cannot see him. I'm gonna have to like move forward and engage one of the battleships. Oh, here he is. No, that's a battleship. I was looking for the cruiser, but I can't find
Problem
him.
solved, sir.
Oh, come on. Yeah, but you know, politics, it's gonna be sooner than you think. Significant progress, very, very fast. And of course, JPL is like one of my favorite organizations of NASA in general. I've had like, you know, I made like really significant criticism of the NASA spaceflight program. But even that is improving now because they finally recognize that they're not competent to build rockets. And the program that they initiated to try and offload that onto the private sector is really paying dividends big time now with SpaceX. I think with SpaceX, NASA finally found somebody who has, you know, basically their same mission statement and who's willing to do like the huge R&D required
Enemy destroyer sighted.
for the sort of technology that's needed for the human spaceflight program. Okay. It's very difficult to like talk and like play at the same time. It's not that difficult when like KittyCat's around, but my shipment, I don't know. I hope she hasn't fallen over the side of the boat because I have no idea what's going on. So I do apologize in advance.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Usually, Midshipman KittyCat is a lot more responsible. That's a nice shot. Oh, come on. I finally get a decent shot and somebody else blows him up. Our team is not doing very well, by the way. I think I've been like talking a bit too much about Mars. I don't know. You know, that's what I used to think as well when I was younger in politics, but I'm not sure about that. It's going to be a very difficult struggle, even with all the technology, for the first, you know, several generations. Yeah, we're talking about generations here, even. It's kind of like, remember like the early colonization effort? Hey, I have.
Cruiser destroyed.
Yeah, I finally destroyed a cruiser. Remember like the early colonization effort? What was that colony that totally disappeared? And we're not talking about like native, you know, natives attacking or anything. We're talking about just finding enough oxygen to breathe, right, and water to drink. So it's on an entirely different level of difficulty. And if the technology fails for whatever reason, then they are in big trouble. Oh, not with the torpedo again. One hit. I still want to get this guy. Repair. He's gone. Alright, I gotta get out of here because somebody just, I assume a destroyer. This is not a good spot.
Problem solved, sir.
Uh-oh. Alright, turn. I think that job is like, I think Elon already put in his application for that job. Oh no, I'm turning into an island. Who the hell put that island right there? Oh my goodness. Turn back, starboard. Midshipman, hard to starboard. Oh wait, I don't have a shipman.
Hold below the water
How am I?
flooding quickly.
I am in trouble here. I have no midshipman. And somebody's shooting at me over here.
The ship is on fire.
No! Yeah, oh my goodness. You know, I gave a good accounting of myself, but I was definitely distracted and did not think strategically during that last game. I apologize in advance, but you know, we're going on half crew at the moment. My Marine Guards have not yet reported back on Midshipman KittyCat. I don't know what's going on. Okay, blah 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 blah. There it goes. Back to port. Well, it's not a case so much of diseases. I think that was more the case during the early colonization effort of North America. You're definitely going to have a very pristine. Well, you know, you don't know. Actually, you might have a point there, politics, because the soil, you don't know what's in the soil, right? Mars has been presumably a dead planet for billions of years, but even so, they had periods of like, you know, dry spells and wet spells. There's still liquid water out leaks even today. So, and we know how resilient microbial life is. So you might have a good point. Hey, Fulian, nice of you to join us. So far we're not doing that well because somebody stole my midshipman, KittyCat, and it's very hard to like drive a battleship without any crew. Okay, I'm gonna take out the Normandy. Let me see if we have any better luck. It's 12:43, so we have another 15 minutes to go. It's so nice of you to make it, Fulian. Really appreciate you and everybody else who like managed to take out their hour and come. It's so cool. And yeah, shout out to politics. People should definitely check out his channel. Very good analysis on current U.S. politics. I'm trying to encourage him to like extend that into like international. So, but if you want to know anything about U.S. U.S. political system, the votes, yeah, go take a look at his channel, and I highly recommend it. So this one, let me see, tier 7 through tier 5. We're at tier 6, 1 aircraft carrier. So, it should be a fair fight. And let's see how we do without KittyCat here to provide moral support. I'm definitely gonna put her on half rations. I think the problem was that our guest came early, and she had to go and entertain them. So that's why when you don't hear KittyCat. But I only let her go because I thought there was an emergency or something, not so that you just take the entire hour off. So we had a miscommunication. We had a failure to communicate there. And this is a French, I'm guessing like 1920 era. No, actually, this is a dreadnought era battleship. You notice by how few the guns are? They're like in 3 turrets, but very early design. And it's a pity about the French because they have all these great battleships all through World War I and World War II, and they never see it, none of them see any real action. About the only real action was when, after the fall of France and the battleships were taken over by Vichy France. And the British didn't like the fact that these battleships were in the hand of the Vichy France. So they sent in the Royal Navy and destroyed the entire fleet, most of it while in harbor. And then of course, the ships that were damaged, the French scuttled themselves. So quite unfortunate. Here we go. Yeah, so we were just talking about Mars colonization, and I think
Cruiser sighted.
lunar colonization would actually be safer and easier, but for the gravity. Here's the thing though, both Mars and the moon have like very weak gravity. The moon is like only 1/6 the gravity of the Earth, and Mars is 1/3. And remember in our first live stream, I talked about like 10-foot tall babies. Not so much the babies, but like, if you have like, we really don't know, we haven't done the experiments or like any sort of like, we haven't done any sort of like live experiment to see what happens when you have children on on a planet with a low gravity field like the moon or Mars. So there's a naughty cruiser over here trying to shoot at me, and I cannot see him, so I gotta turn away. There we go.
The ship is on fire.
Enemy destroyer detected.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
It is Citadel. Oh, come on, not another island. This would not be a realistic problem on a real battleship, because you would have like, lots and lots of lieutenants and midshipmen keeping an eye on where, and the helmet as well, steering the ship appropriately. But when you're trying to do everything yourself, it's very difficult, because you're trying to man the guns and then you're trying to steer the ship.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Where? There we go. I go back a little bit, and I'm gonna take a shot.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Yeah, I played World of Tanks actually a long time ago, for several years, but I don't know, it never seemed quite realistic to me, and I got kind of tired of the special ammunition everybody was like fooling around with. It's become very much a case of what is it? Pay to win, right? So I switched to War Thunder instead, and they have a very interesting. War Thunder is actually very realistic in terms of their tank game. So I've been trying to like play on that side. So I have a few of the videos up of my War Thunder stuff. It's very hard, unrealistic. There are like no reticles, no shooting aids, and in general, it seems kind of fair. A lot fairer than World of Tanks. So I still have my World of Tank account. So if people are interested, I can always like break that out. I think I worked my way up to like a Tiger tank, something like that, a tier 5, tier 6, something like that, before I stopped playing it. So the other thing with War Thunder is that they have a really outstanding air arm. So if you like air combat, I'd recommend War Thunder as well. The one from World of Aircraft or World of Airplanes, I don't know what they call it. It's really not that great. It's more like arcade-ish. That said, I really like World of Warship. It's one of those games where it hasn't gone to the point where people are buying special ammunition or where it's become too unfair, basically, right? So that you can still, if you're just like a regular player, if you don't want to pay for the premium stuff, you can still win based on skill. And I think that's why it attracts so many people. It's a beautiful game, but mainly because it's still fair, basically. So.
Enemy battleship sighted.
All right, we're all clustered here. It's like a
Enemy
group.
cruiser detected.
No, not that one. Too far. All right, I have my target here. Yeah, actually, I am. But I have to tell you, War Thunder is ridiculously hard, and I got my butt kicked so often when like I started playing on the realistic mode, because it's like real life. Basically, you're rolling your tank out and bam, you're dead. So you have to, I guess, play enough so that you develop a sense of where potential ambush sites are, that sort of thing. And also be extremely cautious, right? I mean, I think in real life in World War II, hey, kaboom, baby. You see? Even without the midshipman, I can still do it. Hi, Tija. Thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry, KittyCat isn't here. She's a big fan of yours. I'm a big fan of yours as well, so. Yeah, KittyCat has been kidnapped for all intents and purposes. My Marine guards have not come back with her. Oh, come on. If I get on the other side of the island, I'm gonna blow this battleship. Oh, he's dead. And in recompense, let's see if I can take out this cruiser. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Hey, Alan. Thank you so much for coming. If people like drones, you guys should definitely check out Alan's website. He has like the most remarkable like drone footage. He's like a crazy drone flyer, like very insane. And speaking of which, Alan, I hope you saw the footage from the Mars rover. They dropped this was it 4 pounds mini helicopter, right? And it performed the first flight off of planet in the history of the world. At the end of this, I'm gonna show. Yeah, we're almost there. At the end of this, I'm gonna show that footage again. It's so awesome. I'm gonna do a video on it later, but that's one of the news that just came out this past week. It's just a very simple drone rovercraft, rovercraft they call it. But the thing is that on Mars, because the atmosphere is only 1% of the Earth, they have to spin the rotors faster than on Earth just to get the lift required for it to fly. So at this point, it's very experimental. They've done 2 flights so far, about 30 seconds and 60 seconds each. But hey, we're making progress, right? So very exciting. And I'm sure one day they'll get to the point where they'll have like their drone flying like the way you have your drone flying on Earth. And that would be really interesting because it adds a really interesting dimension in terms of extending the robotic exploration capability of humanity, basically. If you can fly there instead of having to like crawl there, it's so much faster, right? Unfortunately, the one that we're talking about, Ingenuity, off of like the Perseverance, it's a very simple drone. It has a camera and some amount of autonomy because it has to know the terrain, be able to land by itself. But that's about it. It really doesn't have any sort of scientific experiments other than the camera itself. So, but long journeys begin with a single step, as they say. So this looks like we're going to have to go to overtime because, where is the enemy? Oh wait, here we go. There's one back here somewhere. I'm gonna have to like heart to port. I'm gonna have to like move up and try to engage the enemy or capture their spawn point on the other side. Hopefully I can take out this battleship on this other side. He's not in invisible range right now, but yeah. So despite the compensation, we're not doing too bad, and I do have one ship kill. I hit 3 citadels, so that's pretty good shooting. Here we go. There should be a battleship right here somewhere. Oh, he's trying for a capture. How cute. Oh, he's so dead. As soon as I find him, he's dead. He's right here. There we go. He's right here. But I can't see him. I shoot him blind. Hey, one hit. Oh, not the island again. Come on. I can't believe I can't see him. He's a battleship. Oh, it's because of the storm. You guys see the rain coming down? Yeah, in the middle of the storm, you can't see anything. Like visibility like really drops. So there's a battleship right about here. I think he's already been destroyed. I see a wrecked hull there, but yeah, the enemy's down to a cruiser, a destroyer, and their aircraft carrier. So let's see if we can end this one on a high note. So thanks again, Politics, for coming. We really need to like get in contact one day just so we can like talk for real. I have like a very interesting discussion with Politics whenever he's on like the live stream. So he's like the perfect prompt. All right, I'm gonna head over there and try and close the distance to the aircraft carrier. Although I think we'll probably win before I get anywhere close. Hey, ICA channel, thank you for coming there. I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, KittyCat has been suborned by the enemy and has deserted her post. So she's not here to say hello. I'm going to have to court-martial KittyCat when she comes back from her vacation. Welcome back, Elaine. No, I'm serious. It's like I let her go. I figured it was like, you know, like a pit stop or something, a potty break. And next thing I know, it's like she's completely gone. I think she took the skiff and like went to harbor. Okay, I see an enemy. I hate this rain. You know, like with regular weather, we'd be done by now. There is this right here ship heading towards the capture point. We're on a collision course, but the only way to get close enough is to get close enough, and then we'll be like point blank. Here we go. He's dead.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
It's a cruiser. There, I citadel him.
Confirmed penetration.
I did not get the kill, but I killed most of him anyway, so. Not a bad game, and it's 1 p.m. So before we end, I want to show the footage again, okay? So don't everybody leave all at once. That was a good game, by the way. Let me see. I'm going to do a video on this, but I just want to show everybody this really cool video. It takes them forever to download it because, again, it's so far away and they're constrained by how much data they can get through the pipe. And here you see the Ingenuity mini helicopter. It's basically a twin rotor. So you have one spinning clockwise, one counterclockwise, and that way you cancel out that torque that the torque problem that most helicopters have. So it's gone up about 3 meters. That's 10 feet, and it's spinning. The rotors are spinning faster than the equivalent rotors on Earth because the atmosphere on Mars is only 1% that of Earth. So a lot less density. It's like if you're trying to fly a drone on Mount, the top of the Himalayas or so. Even worse than that though. So there you go. I just wanted to show that. That's just really remarkable that we can even see something like that. Okay, thank you everybody for coming. If you like this live stream, please leave a comment. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. And thank you again for joining me. I had a great time, and I hope you had a great time as well. And we'll see you again soon. Okay? Bye-bye.